Midnight on the cold hard floor. Lights are off, I lock the door. The air feels thick, I barely breathe. Your absence pressing over me. My phone is dark, no messages. No, are you okay to read? Just my reflection in the screen, and everything we used to be. I told them I was strong enough to face this on my own, but strength feels small inside a room that used to feel like home. I'm breaking slow in the dark tonight. No one hears the sound. Tears fall quiet to the floor, but never touch the ground. I lost you once, I lose you still. In every memory, this room is small, this pain is not. It's swallowing me. Your sweater hanging on the chair, I never moved it from there. It holds your shape better than I do. It keeps you closer than the truth. I try to sleep but close my eyes and see you turning away. The final look you gave to me still lives inside my day. I said that I would be okay, that time would make it right. Time just makes the silence loud. In the middle of the night, I'm breaking slow in the dark tonight. No one sees me fall. I built these walls to hide the pain, but they don't help at all. I let you go with steady hands, but my heart refused to move. Now every breath I take alone feels harder without you. If love could fade like fading light, I'd wait until it's gone. But love stays wide awake with me long after you moved on. I speak your name inside my chest when no one else can hear. Goes back against my ribs and turns into a tear. Just piano in my shaking breath, no rhythm left to hide. The truth is louder in this dark than anything outside. I press my back against the wall and slowly close my eyes. Dark, your memory survives. I'm breaking slow in the dark tonight. There's nothing left to prove. I gave you all I had to give, and still I lost you. This room is cold, the night is long, and I am here alone, holding on to what we were, in a house that's not a home. The night refuses to end for me, it stretches into dawn. I'm still here on this cold hard floor long after you are gone. In the dark, I stay awake with love I can't undo. The night feels heavier than before. I'm sitting on my bedroom floor. The Lights are off, the curtains drawn. I didn't turn the TV on. My phone lights up, but not from you. Just empty words that don't feel true. I hold it close against my chest, as if that helps me feel less. They think I'm doing fine these days. They say I look the same, but no one sees the way I break when someone says your name. On her side of the night, she falls apart alone, smiling in the morning light, but crying when she's home. She said she would be strong. She said she'd be alright, but strength fades in the dark on her side of the night. Your jacket's still behind the door. I haven't moved it from before. It still carries a trace of you, a scent I wish I never knew. I tried to clear the pictures out, but somehow left a few about. Like maybe if they stay in place, you'll walk back in this space. I don't say what I truly feel, I keep it locked inside. But every time I close my eyes, there's nowhere I can hide. On her side of the night, she whispers to the air, asking questions with no reply, wishing you were there. She told the world goodbye with steady voice inside, but she's not strong at all. On her side of the night, if I could hold one moment still before you turned away, I'd let myself just say the words I was too scared to say. I would tell you I was afraid of losing what we had, instead of standing quietly pretending I'm not sad. Just the sound of breathing slow and distant piano lines. Every note feels like a tear that falls between the lines. I lean against the cold white wall and let the silence stay. In this room without your love, there's nothing left to say. On her side of the night, she lets the truth appear. All the pain she hides by day is louder here. She's trying to move on, she's trying with all her might, but her heart still calls your name. On her side of the night, morning always comes too soon. She wipes her face again, puts her smile back into place like she has always been. But when the world goes dark once more and no one's in her sight, she breaks the way she always does. On her side of the night. She turns the lights off one by one and lets the darkness stay. The mirror shows a tired face that slowly looks away. Her bed feels bigger than before. sheets are cold and white. She lies down on the empty side and curls into the night. She tells herself she's strong enough to face another day. But when the world grows quiet, her strength just fades away. She sleeps beside the dark with tears she doesn't show, holding on to memories she knows she should let go. She said she'd be okay. She said she'd be alright, but her heart still breaks in half every single night. His name still lives inside her phone, but she won't press the call. She reads their last conversation and feels the slowest fall. She walks through crowded afternoons like nothing feels the same. But in the corner of her mind, she softly says his name. No one sees the way she shakes when she's alone in bed. No one hears the quiet words she wishes she had said. She sleeps beside the dark and stares into the night, tracing every memory that never feels right. She let it walk away with steady hands and tried, but now she holds the broken pieces deep inside. If love could simply disappear like shadows in the light, she would not be wide awake at nearly every night. She would not reach across the bed for someone who's not there. She would not close her eyes and feel him everywhere. She sleeps beside the dark, but never truly rests. His memory is folded tight and hidden in her chest. She smiles when morning comes, like nothing isn't right. Still loving someone who left her in the night. She sits with her back to the wall, knees pulled close to her her chest. The clock keeps moving on and on, but she cannot rest. The window shows a sleeping street, no one passing by. She whispers to the empty room and doesn't know why. She said she wouldn't cry again. She said she would be strong, but promises feel different when the nights are long. When the walls start closing in and there's nowhere left to hide, she feels the weight of everything she's holding deep inside. She lets the tears fall quietly, like no one else exists, in a room that feels too small for a heart like this. She keeps his number in her phone, but never dares to call. She reads the last few words he wrote and feels the slowest fall. Her friends all say she's doing well. She smiles and says she's fine, but they don't see the trembling hands when she turns out the light. She tries to fill the empty space with anything she can, but every road she walks alone leads back to where it began. When the walls start closing in and the air feels hard to breathe, she reaches for a memory she knows she should release. She tells herself it's over now, that she must let it be, but love still lives in every part of who she used to be. If she could speak without the fear of breaking down again, she would admit she misses him more than she can explain. She would say the nights are worse than she lets on by day, that losing him has changed her in more than one small way. Only distant piano keys, soft and far apart. Each note feels like a gentle crack running through her heart. She closes both her tired eyes and lets the darkness stay, because in there she doesn't have to act like she's okay. When the walls start closing in, she finally lets it show. The strength she wears outside the door is not the truth she knows. She's still learning how to live with pieces that remain, in a room that holds her tears and quietly knows her pain. Morning comes, she stands up straight and wipes her face once more. She leaves the sadness in that room and walks out through the door. But when the night returns again and she is by herself, the walls will slowly close once more around her fragile heart. Keeps the light off every night and sits there on the floor feels colder than before since he walked out the door. Her shadow moves along the wall with every shaky breath. She listens to her own heartbeat and feels it in her chest. She told herself it's over now, there's nothing left to say. But some goodbyes don't really end, they only fade away. She keeps the light off so no one sees her cry. She lets the dark surround her and doesn't ask why. She said she would be stronger, she said she'd be alright. But she breaks a little more every night. His side of the bed is untouched, the pillow still in place. She sometimes turns toward that side just to see his face. She knows he's not there anymore, she knows he's moved along. But knowing doesn't stop the hurt or make the memory run. She tries to fill the empty hours with anything she can, but every quiet moment pulls her back again. She keeps the light off and stares into the dark, tracing all the memories across her fragile heart. She let him go with steady hands, but inside she fights. She keeps the light off every night. If love could simply disappear, she would have healed by now. If time could fix a broken heart, she wouldn't wonder how. She wouldn't reach across the bed for someone who is gone. She wouldn't wake at 3 a.m. still trying to move on. Just a distant piano sound and her unsteady breath. Every note feels like a tear, she hasn't cried yet. She leans her head against the wall and closes tired eyes. In the dark she doesn't need to hide. She keeps the light off because the dark feels true. It doesn't ask her questions about what she went through. She smiles when morning comes, like everything's alright. But she falls apart again when she keeps the light off at night. The sun will rise, she'll stand up straight and play her part once more. But when the world grows quiet again, she'll close that bedroom door and leave the light off, out of sight, still loving him. Each night. She sits beside the window now, watching nothing move. But city lights are far away, but they don't help her through. Her hands are cold against her knees. The night is standing still. She thought the pain would lessen, but it never will. She said she would not look back. She said she would let go. But every breath she takes alone still feels too slow. She's still missing you more than she can say. Every memory finds her at the end of every day. She tries to close her eyes, but your face comes into view. She's still missing you, no matter what she do. She walks through crowded afternoons like nothing feels the same. She answers every question without saying your name. Her friends all say she's strong enough, the time has helped her heal. But they don't see the quiet nights or how she truly feels. She keeps her heart behind a wall when no one else can see. But when she's alone in her room, she lets it be. She's still missing you. When the lights go down, she hears your voice inside her head. Even without a sound, she tells herself it's over now, like she knows she should do. But love still lives inside her. She's still missing you. Oh, if she could speak without her voice beginning to shake, she would admit she's not as strong as everyone may think. She would confess the nights are worse than she shows by day, that losing you has changed her in more than one small way. Only distant piano keys, soft and slow and thin. Each note feels like a fragile step between where she has been. She closes both her tired eyes and lets the tears fall through. There's no one here to see her. Missing you. She's still missing you. In every quiet space, in every empty corner, she still sees your face. She might look like she's healed enough, like she's found something new. But deep inside her heart, she's still missing you. The sky will slowly turn to gray. Another day begins. She'll wipe her face and stand up tall, like she always has been. But when the night returns again and no one has a clue, she'll whisper to the dark. She's still missing you. If I never loved you, would this room feel this cold? Would I still be sitting here with stories left untold? The window shows the empty street, cars passing by. Everyone is moving on, but I don't know how to try. I told myself I would forget, I said I'd be okay, but every night reminds me of the day you walked away. If I never loved you, maybe I could sleep. Maybe I would close my eyes without falling this deep. Maybe I would breathe again without feeling so blue. If I never loved you, I wouldn't miss you. Your voice still lives inside my mind, like it never left. I replay your last goodbye and every word you said. I keep pretending I am fine when someone asks about you, but there's a crack behind my smile that only I can view. They think I'm doing better now, they say I look the same, but they don't see the way I break when someone says your name. If I never loved you, maybe I'd be strong. Maybe nights would not feel this painfully long. Maybe I would walk away with nothing left to lose. If I never loved you, I wouldn't feel this bruise. But love is not a switch to turn or something I erase. It lingers in the quiet air, it lingers in this space. Even if I try to hate or say I don't care, my heart would still remember how you once were there. Just a single piano note, falling soft and low. Every sound between the keys feels harder than before. I close my eyes and let it hurt. There's nothing left to prove. Even in this empty room, I still love you. If I never loved you, maybe I'd be free. Maybe I would recognize the girl I used to be. But loving you has changed my heart in ways I cannot undo. If I never loved you, I'd miss you. The morning light will slowly rise and I'll stand up again. I'll wear the smile everyone knows, like I've always been. But when the night comes back around and I have no excuse, I whisper to myself, I still love you. I fold the nights away like clothes left scattered on my bed, trying to make the room look clean while chaos fills my head. The window stays half open wide, nothing moves the air. I listen to the quiet space and wish that you were there. I told myself I'd be okay, that I would not look back. But every time I close my eyes, I feel the space you lack. I fold the nights away, but they don't disappear. Every memory finds me when no one else is here. I lie down in the dark and stare into the blue. No matter how I try, I still come back to you. Your name still lives inside my phone, but I don't press the call. I read the last thing that you wrote and feel my heartbeat fall. They say that time will help me heal, maybe that is true. But time has not erased the sound of me still missing you. I smile when someone looks at me and say I'm doing fine, but they don't see the trembling hands when I turn out the light. I'll fold the nights away, like I can pack the pain, put it somewhere out of sight and never feel again. But when the room grows still and there is nothing new, the silence of my heart still leads me back to you. If I could take one memory and place it far from me, maybe I could breathe again, maybe I'd feel free. But love does not just fade away because I want it to. It lingers in the smallest things, in everything you knew. Just the sound of distant keys, soft and falling slow. Every note feels like a tear, I never let them show. I rest my head against the wall and let the night pass through. Even in my quietest thoughts, I'm still with you. I fold the nights away, but morning always comes, bringing back the same old ache that settles in my lungs. I may walk into the day like I have something new, but when the lights go down again, I still come back to you. Another night, another breath, another dream undone. I close my eyes and tell myself that I will overcome. But deep inside this fragile heart, one thing remains true. No matter how I fold the nights, they still belong to you. She watches the ceiling every night, tracing cracks above her head. The room is still, the air is thin. The words she never said. Her phone is face down on the floor. No reason left to check. She knows you hope is hard to forget. She tells herself to close her eyes and let the day be done. But every time the lights go out, the memories come. She watches the ceiling while tears run slow, trying to forget you, but she can't let go. She says she's getting better, she says she's moving on, but every night feels longer since you've been gone. Your side of the bed stays cold, she never crosses there, as if the space still belongs to you, like you are somewhere near. She walks through every afternoon with steady voice and faith, but when she's back inside her room, she drops the strength in place. They think she's learned to live without, they think she's healed by now, but they don't see the midnight hours or hear her breaking down. She watches the ceiling, counting every breath, holding on to pieces of a love that's left. She tells herself it's over, that she must be strong, but her heart still whispers you all night long. If she could turn one moment back before the last goodbye, she'd hold you just a little more and let herself just cry. She wouldn't act so brave and calm or hide the way she felt. She would tell you she was scared of losing what you built. Only distant piano keys, soft and far apart. Every note feels like a crack inside her fragile heart. She closes both her tired eyes, but sleep won't come tonight, because loving you still feels so right. She watches the ceiling until the sky turns gray, waiting for the morning to take the pain away. She may stand up smiling when daylight fills the room, but when the night returns again, her heart will start to bloom. With everything she's hiding, with everything she's known, she watches the ceiling alone. The sun will arise, she'll play her role like nothing's wrong at all. But when the house is quiet again and night begins to fall, she'll lie back in the dark once more with nothing left to do, just watching the ceiling and thinking of you. She fixes her hair in the mirror, like nothing feels out of place. Practices that steady smile she wears on her face. The world outside keeps moving on, cars passing by. But inside her small apartment, she still asks why. She said she wouldn't break again. She said she'd be okay. But every time she's left alone, the strength just slips away. She pretends she's fine when someone looks her way. She laughs at every joke like nothing's wrong today. But when the door is closed and she turns off the light, she falls apart slowly every night. Your name still lives inside her phone, but she won't press the call. She erased the last few words you wrote and feels her chest fall. She walks through crowded afternoons with calm and steady eyes, but no one hears the trembling behind her quiet sighs. They think she's learned to live alone. They think she's moved ahead, but they don't see the empty side of her bed. She pretends she's fine, like she's strong enough to stand, like she didn't lose the world when she lost your hand. She tells herself it's over, that she must let it be, but love still lingers quietly inside her memory. If she could speak without her voice beginning to shake, she would admit she still feels every small mistake. She would confess the nights are worse than she shows by day, that losing you has changed her in more than words can say. Only distant piano notes, soft and falling slow. Every sound between the keys is something she won't show. She leans against the bedroom wall and closes tired eyes. In this quiet room, she doesn't have to hide. She pretends she's fine when morning fills the sky. She stands up tall again and doesn't ask why. But when the night surrounds her and there's no one in sight, she drops the smile from her face and cries. Another day, another road. She knows just what to do, but when she's back inside her room, the pain comes through. She pretends she's fine in every light she's in, but in the dark she